This isn't gonna work.
You are now watching the 2023 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. As we see, we got a little bit of snow flurries. It's been windy, it's cold, bib season is on. So, alrighty, what are we doing today? Not really sure. Plenty of things to do, so we're gonna dive into it. I gotta run to the post office quickly, run some errands, and then probably do some wrenching and see where we get to. I was honestly coming out here to check on the calves, and I figured they'd be in and out of the wind, but I don't think that bothers them very much. So we just got a dusting. I know there's places in Buffalo that got feet. Saw quite a few friends that got quite a bit of snow, and you guys can keep that. We're not ready for that yet. We got quite a bit of stuff to do. Yep, calves are actually way up in that far corner. What are you guys doing? They're just hanging out. So alrighty, we should put this together so it's out of the snow. Maybe that's what we'll do, because I do have to run and get hardware today, so that might be something we jump on board of. But we got to make a big list. I got all sorts of hardware to do and clean up our mess here. So alrighty, I'm gonna jump post office quick. I'll be right back. Just doing some driving around, and well, I figured I'd drive out, check on them, because they've been sitting up in here in the corner. You guys like the corner? I don't know why, but they were all laying down, and I see they're probably gonna run away. I see that the tile line is running like anything now. I guess we got a little excess water on the soil. How you guys liking the new pasture? Plenty of green grass left for you guys, but we're gonna have to start feeding out of the silos soon here. Mother Nature keeps it up. It is pretty windy today, but we're gonna do a little bit of cleaning up today. The snow really puts a damper on everything, but I know it is coming as far as the snow at some point. So, clean up our piles. I'd really like to, by the end of the day, get the rolling baskets back together. If I get Robert's help, it's really a two-person job to put bolts back in. We do have to go find bolts, but first things first, let's get this, I'm gonna get this cut open, and then that way we can load metal into it. So I'll probably put it on its side and fill it up, but we'll take the good breather off. Pump's junk, everything else is junk. Hopefully we don't blow up. I'm gonna cut that open so I can put all the metal in it, make it easy to collect everything. Problem is, I want to flip it over and it still has fuel in it. And the drain, I'll show you guys. There's a drain valve, and I was like, I already opened it, full of debris. So that is absolutely full of debris, and it's frozen. But I'm gonna get it into these tanks and then see if it's usable or not. Probably gonna make quite a bit of a mess, to be honest. And be covered in diesel fuel. But we'll give it a go. Oh, that is nasty. Definitely won't be using that one. Took close to 50 gallons between what I put in the heater and here. I got the door open actually behind me. I'm just burning fuel off. Well, it's warmer in here. But took that off, out, dumped the 10 first gallons. That was a little sketchy from sitting on the bottom and whatnot. This isn't the best stuff at all. Should run it through a filter before we put it through the heater. But gonna go fill that. This door, so stop slamming there. Gonna go fill that fuel tank up with some water. That way we can take the plasma cutter, cut into it, not have to worry about exploding or anything. And then once it's opened up, we can use it for, these handles are really two-hand handles. we can use it for filling with scrap and cleaning up. So goal by the end of the day, get some things cleaned up. We are gonna run to town. I think with the barn over there, I think I'm gonna just put the wall up and we'll put a double door at some point where the milk room door is, because the milk room door is already flush there. We just gotta jackhammer a little bit out. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And there's the overhang. I gotta do some thinking. It's about a third full of water, which should do us good. So now we can cut into it without having any issues, I hope. So grab the plasma cutter, cut right in. Okay, that actually worked out halfway decent, other than getting a bunch of water in the shop, but there we go. We got it now. Throw all our metal in that we don't need any longer. We don't need any of it that's out here. Plus we got to get rid of this, because if it sits around, we already got a better one over there. If it sits around, it's just going to be rot away and be junk. So I figured kill two birds with one stone. That way it's easy enough to load it to go to scrap, or go set it out back, so when it's fully loaded it can go to scrap. Got the pile all cleaned up. That will, we got to figure out, we might save the top, because the top of the radiator actually in good shape. Doesn't really fill up much when you get a pile, but we're not even halfway full, so plenty of room for the future. Getting this junk pile all cleaned up, because I know plowing snow is not going to be fun with that in the way. Most of this should just get burned. It's just scrap wood and things like that, junk posts. So we got to figure out that. But yeah, stripped the hood down, so all the Mac logos are off. Got everything that I needed, the stops for the hood and all that stuff. We'll just go set it out of the way. We might take these off. I got to see how they look compared to the other ones. But other than that, it's stripped down. Okay, let's see if we can pick the rolling baskets up. Yeah, I gotta jump out and move some things around. I wish I had put this together this spring. It would have made a better seat bed. I really do like this rolling basket setup, but we're doing it now, so glad I taped all the lines for the hydraulics too. That's a little big difference. Never found where the bolts went. I thought they were in the landau, but I didn't see them in there. I thought I put them in a bag, but maybe not. Well, took this apart about a year ago. Now a little longer, so bolts are probably long gone. I'll do a little bit of digging, but kind of awkward to load. It was awkward when I got it in Ohio. Not sure why it's tipped so much. As I said, this thing's pretty awkward. We'll get it. Thought about chaining it while it's up there, but we're gonna have to chain it. It just rolls away. Threw a ratchet strap on it, and looked for the bolts again in my pickup, or in the gooseneck. And still no one. Didn't see them. But we'll set this right in front of the shop, and then when I get some help, we'll put it back together so that it can get moved and put away for winter. And then in this, we probably will run through it and we'll utilize it in the spring. So. Okay, so we got some bolts that are missing. Honestly, it's only, I gotta remember, 3 there, 3 there, 6 bolts. I think that's all that goes on them. Yeah, 3 in the front, 3 in the back. I think there's 3 in the back. So 12 bolts. 12 bolts hold it together. I would really like to find where they are, and then it's just some lifting and some angling. I just realized, yeah, it's gonna be a 2-person job because you got to open the wings up, and then you got to close the wings up to get that all in there. We've done this once before, and I don't know if I filmed that much of it for you guys, but the only option would be that they're in this compartment on this side of this trailer, and I don't think they are. I did move it out here with this trailer. Well, not out here, but I don't believe they are in there. I think it's just chains. So I'm not sure, but we'll figure out the size. Go get some. Finding my tools in here, which I was wondering where my metric ratcheting wrenches were. So this pin, actually, I utilized it on the air seeder, and everything came out of the bottom. If you guys remember of when we went to go get the green truck, this pan down in here, and as you see, this pan's starting to say no more, so eventually that's going to happen. But there wasn't much holding this on, so I'm going to get bolts for this while we're in town for both sides. That way we never have that issue again. Making lists, doing a little bit better at that. So this side is completely full of chains and binders, which is much heavier. So alrighty, I'm gonna do some lists and then we'll go to town. I'll give you guys an idea. I like giving you guys the background. What are you doing, Yanko? So previously I was thinking put a double door in here and be able to come right in pallets of seed, chemical, anything that's got to get put away that I don't want taking up space in there or getting dusty or stuff like that, because this is a good utilization spot where the bulk tank used to be. I'm going to box this in, and when the time comes and I can one, find a double door that I actually like, and two, find a double door that isn't like $2,500 to $3,000. We'll go this way with it. I think that's our better bet. I think. And we'll box right there. And if we never come across a double door, we'll just put pallets in here and move stuff through the door. So, but this had a temporary blocking. We should find an actual door. Single doors are cheap. Double doors are ridiculous. But we got to box this in to keep some heat inside of here. So that is on my list. We're gonna play carpenter here shortly, and we could jackhammer it out. I don't know. I am really up in the air. Just coming back from Cobleskill, and it looks like it is a whiteout at my place. Like it is. The sky is getting dark. We went in, got hardware, supplies, lumber, and I am pretty sure we are gonna drive right into pretty much a whiteout. It looks like usually you can see the hills over there and you can't see them right now. Yep. It's just blowing lake effect. Well, that's cool. Maybe we won't be working in the driveway any longer. Well, this definitely escalated pretty quickly. Like, we got snow on the ground. It's cold. Robert's in the tractor. I do got a thing of hardware. So what we got to do here is open this up so that I can then have him pick this up and set it on top. And then it's just running the hydraulic lines, which isn't too bad, but it's definitely a two-person job to some degree. I gotta remember how I did this. So I'll have him come right underneath here, start picking it up, see if we can unfold it. And it's sunny over there, so hopefully that's a good sign. This isn't gonna work as oh, it might. Look at that! Majestic oil pumping out of it, and it's cold. So now we just got to do the other side. It should be pretty much the same. Should be pretty good. I have bent some of the deflectors. I don't know if I'll ever use the deflectors again. I set it up to do cover crop and seeding. And as we all know, I don't have the seeder any longer. Seth in Pennsylvania has actually sent me ones multiple times, but I don't know if I want to pull the trigger. They're the newer, updated, nicer ones. Sun is coming out, so hopefully that's the case. Hopefully it misses that. So these are 24 foot wide. I don't know if you can just pick it up, if you can get into it enough or not. I thought I might have to chain it, but let me see. Pick it up, put it on, just like that. Snow is done, sun's out a little bit. Just some lake effect. Anko's chasing a bird over there. I got one that you can't do with the gun. What's up, guys? We got everybody here. Introduce yourself, Robert. The head person of Duffy Ag.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
You don't want to be the head of this?
Not one bit.
Why?
You gotta be about done with your apprenticeship program now, right?
Film crew. I'm on the film crew now.
I'm taking over the film crew.
Yeah, everyone wants to be in the film crew. They're sitting in the warm house or in the warm tractor.
I love when you're like, you least suspect it, and he comes up to you with the camera, and you're like, duh.
What'd you say?
I know, that's what I do.
Good luck, Larry. He's got way more ambition than us. It is cold out there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, bolts are in. Perfect length bolts. See that? That was measured once, cut twice. So the hose is on, and then pretty much that's it. Run it through. Got the hydraulic lines all on. Robert's figuring out to shut the door. I'm just gonna pull the tongue out some. Goes that hole and that hole was the best setup previously. And but we got more snow coming in, so good, we're about done. So he's gonna set it right down, and then I'll hook the hydraulics and he can back up and hook up to it.
Hey, I gotta get Larry's truck. Got it?
Okay, now that I struggled through that, hopefully nothing leaks. It has been sitting around, which doesn't help it. It's actually snowing. So, if we get in here, I'm sure we're gonna have to cycle this around quite a few times, but we'll get it hooked up first. So if you raise it, it lifts it up, and then we can back underneath. Oh, went too far. Hooked up. We'll fold it up. We'll cycle it a few times because there's going to be air in the lines and everything else. And then we'll probably park it out of the way for right now. This winter, when we get some time, the shop open, I should probably take the wrenches off before I fold up. Shop open and stuff like that, we'll bring it in. Got to run through some springs. We do have one arm that previously I welded aggressively. Somebody welded it before me aggressively, and I can't remember which one it is. So we might run through, switch any arms that are broken, spring missing or dropped. And we got a lot of the parts for them, so we just got to go through them. But the plan is to utilize this next spring because it does make an awesome seed bed. We'll get a few that are bent, but it does a great job. Ooh. Yeah, got some air in it. Well, it does what it's supposed to, which is always good. I gotta say, I absolutely love this thing with the LEDs all around. Whew. It pops. It looks good, it pops. It's very functional, right? Very functional. So, we got it. Over the winter, like I said, we'll do some work on it. Little things, but now it's back together. Really, we need a hitch on the discs. At this moment, I'm thinking I'm going to run the same disc unless a smaller set that is, well, smaller set that lines up with this would be actually really nice, but that set did do a very good job. But I'll get it folded up and out of the way. Actually, got to throw the hitch on the back, so then it's good. So that allows it so it sits instead of sitting on the ground. Well, I'll get my wood unloaded in the barn, my insulation, and that might be a tomorrow project. You see it's getting dark. Larry did get a real nice 6-pointer. So he thought it was a big one, but you know, the biggest one got shot 2 weeks ago, right at opening. But yeah, I'm not gonna show you guys because that goes against like the whole YouTube hunting, all that monetization stuff. So blood, any of that, but looks good. That's the second one Larry's harvested off the property. One with the bow, one with the gun. He's hoping for the big one. Made kind of a mess of the shop today, but we got some projects done. We got some cleaned up. Rolling baskets together. We got a plan for tomorrow as far as doing some carpentry work. We got some heat going. I know I'm gonna burn through fuel this way, but it is very nice to be able to stand here and have some warmth in here. We got to button up some things at some point. Some spray foam is really the end goal, but at this moment we're gonna battle through probably this winter, keep some projects going. So where we're at as far as this, we're waiting on some parts that I want to make sure are on first, such as the filter housing and the correct water pump, and then from there reassembly. So that's cool. and I'm excited to have that truck back. I'm excited that the rolling baskets are back together. GoPro batteries are not staying alive because it's cold out, but see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Stay warm.